You see, when it comes to quotes,
you have to quote before.
Yes, when it comes to quotes, it plays a major role in my life.
Okay.
Yes, because I believe quotes are what wise sayings that you can easily pick and then interpret what it means. And if you feel like the quote is talking about you, you consume it inside and at least see how it can change your life. I like quotes so much. Yes, and I know a number of them, and I'm grateful for that.
Okay. So yeah, it's still active you're right here on Diamond X3 Consumer FM. I hope you're listening. Very soon I'll be giving you the chance to call us to add whatever you think to what we're talking about here. But before that, right now you can actually send me a text message. So I'll mention my text line, so you start letting them in. So my text line is 024 2691 024 2691 024 2691 At exactly 7:25, I'll give you the call line so you can call us and then let us hear whatever you have. I think I know you mentioned it here. If you've never failed, that means you've never done anything. I think it is just like if you've never had any challenge, you've not done anything. I think there are challenges regarding your journey of bringing out a book to help children, right? Or to help even myself, because you're telling me that I will need it. So, what are some of the challenges so far? From the problem identification and the solution. What are some of the challenges so far
that I faced?
Yes.
Actually, I faced a serious challenge. I mean, the major challenge right now is financing of the project I am trying to bring out. That is a major challenge. And money, everything. Nothing good comes easy. You need to put in money before you'll be able to reap the benefit of whatever you are bringing out. So right now, I'll just say the major problem is money, because for the time I have wasted to write the book, the sleepless nights I was enduring, that one I don't see it to be a problem. I don't see it to be a challenge, because that is a passion. If you have the passion for something, you don't even care killing yourself to do that thing. If you have the passion for
killing
something.
is stronger.
Okay, let's say I'm exaggerating it, but what I'm trying to say is that, you don't mind doing anything to be able to achieve it. That is what I'm trying to say. So with that one, I don't see it to be a challenge. The major challenge right now is the money that will print the books and bring it out there. And like my brother rightly mentioned, whatever you are doing, though you don't just do it with the mindset that I'm expecting to get more money. If you do that, you don't put all effort in whatever you are doing. But for you to be able to bring it out, surely money will be a challenge. Surely that one, money will be a challenge. And so that is what we are still working on.
So the key thing is money.
Yeah.
Wow.
The key thing is
Mr.
money.
Do you have different view when it comes to what you faced? Was it money or something extra?
It's a big question.
This
I
means
think
that
last, I don't know whether that was last year, I was at UDS and I shared a story, and money has been a challenge. Money has been a challenge because you need money to publish.
Yeah.
And I'm not the kind of motivational speaker who will come and tell you, you can do it, life is easy, come on. But no. Writing a book and getting it published is hard.
Yeah.
I wouldn't lie about it. It's hard. When I finished mine, I had no job at that time. I had no money, but I had the passion to see the book come to life. I was in Tamale. I tried all my possible best to get money. I wasn't getting. I decided one day that no, if I'm in Tamale, I think I contacted a lot of people here to support, and they were not willing to support in that endeavor. I left Tamale here with just a manuscript of the book. I went to Accra. When I got to Accra, the money that was on me was not even up to 100 Ghana. I contacted people I knew in Accra who could help me. I tried
people
my
are already
possible
calling
best.
me. It's not time.
Okay.
I'll receive a call at exactly 1 minute more.
Look, I tried my possible best to reach out to people who could help me in Accra.
Okay.
They all failed me. And at that point, I decided to take wisdom from the words of Claire Oliver. Claire Oliver once said, "Society may predict, but only I can determine my destiny."
You have to give me some of your books.
Yeah.
Right from that moment, I decided that I wasn't going to come back to Tamale without at least 500 copies of my book.
Wow.
I was just passing by a house in Accra, and a friend told me that former President Kufuor lives in this house. I told my friend the next day I was coming to see him. My friend told me that, come on, even those who are in Accra, it's not easy to have access to him. I'll just come from my Tamale and want to meet the man. I told him the next day I will come. Early in the morning the next day, the whole night I couldn't sleep. He was just on my mind. By 7:38, I was at his door. Before I got there, they stopped me and asked me, what do I want here? I told them I was here to see the former president. They asked me, does he know I'm coming? I told a holy lie. And the lie was that, yes, he knows I'm coming. Because when he came for former Vice President Aliu Mohamed's funeral, I told him of a book I was writing, and he said when I finished with the book,
Wow.
I should give him a copy. The man told, it was around 7:30, he told me that I should wait for his spokesperson, Frank Ajikun. I waited at the gate around 7:30 to somewhere 2:30 in the afternoon. I was standing there. I was focused.
Wow.
I was focused. Either I get it or I get it. I'm not going home. When Frank Ajikun came around 2:30, he asked me, I told him the same thing. He told me, young man, are you sure? I said, yes, sir, I'm sure. When we go in and the man said he doesn't know you, I'll throw you out. I said, yes, sir, he knows me. So when we entered, in the middle of the compound, some guys were there. He told me that these are the guys who will throw me out if I'm lying. I said, yes, sir. So we entered. Before we got to where the old man was, there were two guys there. He repeated the same thing. I said, yes. And the moment we entered his hall, the moment he saw me, he told me, young man, you are welcome. What can I do for you? I told him the same thing when you came for former Vice President Aliu Mohamed. He said, okay, do you have a script of the book here? I said, yes, sir. He said I should come and sit down. So I sat down, he took the manuscript, went through it. And when I was leaving, he was the first person to give me money to publish first 500 copies of my book. Yes, that was the price I was willing to pay to get my book published. For me, I believe that, Rama, when you are doing something good, somebody will be out there to help you. Yes.
Hakim, I hope you have learned something from this.
When you are doing something good, somebody out there will be definitely willing to help you. I'll never forget this.
So the problem you're currently facing with regards to money, know how you also lie. But don't let them get you.
Yes.
Okay, so I think it's time for you to call me. So you can actually call me through 037 202 3261, 037 202 3261, 037 202 3261, or send me a text message through 024 26 91461. I think it was because you really wanted to do that. That is the reason you had to go that far.
Yes.
Yeah, you were really very passionate about it. Hakim said something in there. If you really want to do something, he is killing yourself.
Go
Yeah,
hard.
so, I mean, you nearly killed yourself.
Yes,
He
go
really
hard.
told you to bring you out.
Go hard or go home. Come on, I must get it.
I can see.
I must get it.
Okay, I have the first caller. Hello. Hello. Yeah, good evening, Mr. Adams. I'm good. You're welcome.
Good evening.
The young and brave guests. They are very brave, especially the project. And what I also learned from
My
them
brave guest.
about that was something that you fear, to go and do it,
Yes.
and to care if the fear will move away.
Yes.
That is very, very nice.
Yes.
You see, what I love about the guy who took about the fanatic, the book, even though I've not yet seen it, I will recommend it for a lot of people because look, phonetics is very, very good in building the state of language of English. I really don't forget of one of my primary school teacher who was actually based on phonetics and the consonants and the vowels, and then getting them through letter formation and word formation. That's actually the bit of last hour. And we're very proud of them. So, and at the same time, young guys like you, even though I don't know your age, trying to venture into writing, it is very, very important to look ahead, don't be looking at the money.
Yeah.
If you continue that way, print out your books, and then people see that they are really things that people can read and recommend them to even set for them to pick them. Parents will move in and buy them, and you get your reward. Currently, when you start something, it's very, very difficult. And there are people who don't like to eat it. But if you get to realize that what you have actually printed out is very, very, they will go in for it. Again, brave, why I say you were very brave is standing on your point to meet the former president.
Yes, please.
Who has enjoyed very much because people you like, the people whereby people who don't tell lies, who want to actually expel,
yes, please.
See what is in the world. That's why you were brave enough to stand on yourself, actually kept you,
yes,
and you see the result.
Yes,
and those you who always think that people to get to their leaders, I think they are also advised to also from these things because sometimes they scare others, even though because you are bravery, I don't think you are putting there. I'm so happy about you people. So happy. But I don't know how one can get the book. Maybe we'll get the contact and see how we can call and get books to give
we already selling books.
To learn the phonetics and
I mean, this one, when we sell, the money comes to me.
Continue now. Those days we did people who are
when we sell the books, the money comes to
people
me.
who are professors and what have you, don't bring out books for people to read and what have you. So the way you started, I think you keep up, you know. And then kudos to you all. I pray for you to go fast. Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adams. At the end of the program, I think my panel will give their contact out so that anyone who wants to help or to buy the book, because Hakim is actually still working on bringing out copies of his book, and your support will be needed.
Sure.
I'm talking for you, Hakim.
Yeah, you have a share.
Okay, I think I have a text message here. My name is Abdul Wasil, and I did like you to ask Mr. Yusuf how he was able to finance the first batch of copies of his book. Because I've heard Mr. Hakim complaining of challenges involved in financing his book. I think Mr. Yusuf has said this already. There's another text here from Nasara Amin. He says that good evening to your panelists, especially Senior Yusuf. Very inspiring, educative interaction. Mr. Yusuf is someone who always inspires me to believe in my dreams. You can be sure to learn something when he speaks and get yourself motivated to focus on whatever you want to do. Active Youth, Nasara. Thank you so much, Active Youth, Nasara. So Active Youth, if you're also still listening, it's still the Active Youth program. Right here on Diamond and Treatment FM, and we're all waiting to hear what you have. Is it that you have plans of bringing out a book? Do you have a very great idea that you think will help solve a problem in the community and you want to bring up? To write a book on that. Call us, share your problems. Let's try and see. We have people here who have taken a step and the experiences have a lot of lessons from them for us all to learn. So we're still waiting for your calls. The call line remains 037 202 3261, 037 202 3261, or send me a text message to 024 26 91461. So back to my panelists. The Hakim.
Yeah.
So actually, my next question will have to do with how you compiled everything. Because I know English language, there is always some challenges. The editing. Did you do it yourself? Was it did you use any technology? Was it somebody else that did it? And what were some of the challenges you faced? And this is the reason most people don't want to write, because you believe that what amount of English language do I even know to bring out a book? That people will need to read. You have to be somehow close to perfect when it comes to the grammar you use in a book. So how were you able to handle yours?
Let me just start from what you said last. People thinking that you need to attain, some certain level of education.
Hello?
Or you need.
Yeah, good evening. Your name and where you're reaching us from? This is. Oh, Dad. Good evening. You're welcome.
I want to say that the people of the North need some development in all fields. So, in fact, I want to praise my friend for going that far to the former president. Also, I would like to encourage all Northerners, the three northern regions. We have capable people financially who can help us. But I don't think they are coming out.
They used to buy fried rice
to
and
encourage
chicken.
the young people so that they can develop the nation through this.
Oh, is it not
Thank you
true?
very much.
Thank you so much, Dad from Gumbele. He's called Issa, and that's my father's name. So you can also still call us. Call them 037-202-3261, 037-202-3261. Hakim.
Yeah. I was saying, people think that you should attain some certain level of education before you'll be able to write a book. Or you should be well versed in the English language before you'll be able to write a book. But you see, even professors in English still make mistakes. They write books and you take them and you find errors.
Hello. Yeah, good evening. Your name and where you're from? Kasim from Kalpan. You're welcome to the program.
Please, I would like to have the contact of the author of that particular book. I don't even know the title. I just tuned in. I'm also trying to book, but he being the way he has said it, he has even given me more motivation. So I just want to, if you could give us the contact so that we can also call, you can also try to contact me so I can give us the guidance.
Okay, Kasim. We will mention the number after the program. Okay, thank you so much. I'm glad people are already picking up something from the program, and I believe it'll help change, make a lot of lives better, right? Yeah. So, Hakim.
Yeah. So I was saying that even professors, they write and we still find mistakes because the English language is said that no one is perfect.
Okay.
Day in, day out, we have to learn. And that even motivated me to become an English teacher. When I realized this problem at the basic level, it motivated me to become an English teacher.
Okay.
And I can even see that so many people are scaring away. They don't want to become English teachers because of some of these problems. Because of some of these problems, they don't want to become English teachers because they believe that English is very difficult and all that. So when I was to write this book, coming back to the question you asked, when I was to write this book, actually I wrote everything in an exercise book. I gave it to a friend to type, and the challenge I was facing was that.
Can you go to the other room and bring me a chair?
The challenge I was facing was that you go there to edit. You edit, and when you go back next time, you will still find, errors again. You tell you correct this, correct this, correct that. So sometimes I'll have to go and sit there myself, somewhere 1 to 2, 3 in the night, do the editing myself. And even when I sent it to the one who was to do the book itself,
Okay. Okay.
after the book was done, I still found errors. And I mean, that has been the serious challenge about it. I can say that I've done corrections for like 4 times and I'm still doing so. It's not easy actually, but I'll make sure that
even when the final copy is out, there'll still be challenge,
Yeah.
right? There'll still be some mistakes.
Yeah, so people out there should understand that we are human beings and we can make mistakes. So when the books is out there and you realize any mistake, don't hesitate to call. Our numbers will be there. Don't hesitate to call. Add us ideas. We are not the most knowledgeable people in the world. We are just trying to make an impact in society, improve other people's life. So if you take the book and you find any error or anything wrong somewhere, please don't hesitate to call us and add us your
numbers are on
ideas.
the book.
Yeah, for sure,
Okay.
we'll put our numbers there. But even before we leave here, we'll also put our numbers out there.
Okay. Mr. Yusuf,
Yes.
what problems did you have with editing?
Yeah, thank you very much. With editing, I think after I finished
Hello?
typing,
Hello? Hello? I mean, that was the wrong call.
yes, okay. Yes, I think with editing, I think when I finished, I did my part. And as my brother rightly mentioned, when it comes to knowledge, yeah, it's not with one person.
Yeah.
So I gave it to other people to look at. It seemed at the point you also looked at it. Were you the one from UDS?
I think when we were writing the book, I was just a fresh student at UDS,
Okay.
2016.
All right, then that's okay. I think yes. I think I had my own share. I gave it out to people. They looked at it before finally I went and then published. But sometimes it's so embarrassing. Yes, after reading through, getting other people to read, somebody will pick your book and then at least see an error somewhere, and then tell you. And one thing you and Arthur should know is that if somebody sees an error like that and calls your attention to it, accept it.
Okay.
Yes, there are people who try to argue, try to let the person feel like, come on, he or she knows what he is doing.
Okay.
Just accept it. You are a human being. Even though others have looked through it, maybe they were not able to see it. So I've had instances like that. People call me, tell me this, I look at it. So that was what happened until finally we have the final copy. Yes. So I think for some time now, we have not had an issue like that. So I strongly believe that has been sorted out.
Okay. Okay. So will you say it's enough reason for someone not to write a book?
Yes, yes. It can scare people. You know, people fear other people with correcting them. Some people are like that. People feel intimidated when they are being corrected by other people. People fear that. And I just want to tell people, if you have never made a mistake in life, then you have not done anything new. Yes, no matter what it is, at a point you are going to make mistakes. And one thing about mistakes is that you should rather learn from your mistakes so that you wouldn't repeat them again. For me, I like it when people correct me.
Yeah,
when
for
people
sure.
are correcting you, it simply means that people are interested in what you are doing.
That is it.
If you are doing something and nobody is making an input into what you are doing, indirectly it's telling you that people are not interested in what you are doing. So if somebody should read your book and see an error, or if somebody should call you to tell you of an error in your book, my dear brother, my dear sister, it means the person has spent time reading the book. Appreciate the person and make the necessary corrections.
Okay. But I just have a text message from Wasil. He's actually Kashinego. I think we received a text from him.
Okay.
He's saying that I'd like to ask Mr. Yusuf how he managed. Did you say he sold 5,000 copies?
For now, we should be exceeding that because I don't sell anymore. I don't go around to sell
Okay.
anymore.
So he's saying, I did like to ask Mr. Yusuf how he managed to sell 5,000 copies of his book. Because me being a student, I don't really like patronizing books apart from books. I'll be examined at the end of the term. So I need you to ask Mr. Yusuf how he managed to sell 5,000 copies with this short term.
Okay then. I said something earlier on. No matter how good your product is, no matter how good your book is, if you are not able to convince people about it, nobody will buy it. Mostly, when I go to a school, I go to schools. When I go to a school and I enter into a class, I tell them, I'm not here to sell a social studies book to you, a science book to you. No, I am here to sell a different book altogether to you. A book that will help you in school and even life after school as well. And sometimes I take them through what? I just give them brief info about some of the steps in the book. And a critical example is time management. Mostly in our classrooms, you will see a teacher coming to write how to manage your time, at least as a lesson. No, you wouldn't see that.
Yes.
And I let them understand that we all have 24 hours in a day. Everybody has 86,400 seconds in a day. Time is one of the scarce resources God has given both the rich and the poor equally. So the way you use your 24 hours in a day will determine how far your life will go. And sometimes I let them examine their lives, looking at their lives right now. How are they using their 24 hours in a day? You see that some of the students will sit back to think after classes, what do they use their 24 hours for? Most of them don't even open their books anymore. They don't just know how to manage their time. So in the book, I have given steps on how to manage time effectively. This is something a teacher will not teach you. It's not something they will teach you. And also, I also talk about the power of associations. Who is your friend? Who is advising you? Who is in your life talking to you? As Jerome once said, look at the people in your life and ask this question: what is this relationship doing to you? Look at the people you spend so much time with in school. How are they impacting your life? And you and I all know, most of our students in school, they are good, but at the end of their stay in school, their results is bad simply because of what? Negative influence.
Yeah.
Friends they follow. So I try to let them see reasons why this book is not their usual subject book.
Yeah.
And you see, when we speak to students this way, students are interested. They want to read it. And I tell them, if you are buying my book and you are not going to read, don't buy it. And the moment anybody buys my book, there's a phone number in there. And with that phone number, whatever challenge you have concerning academics, you can call. I have given times when a student can call me and I'll have time to deal with that issue. You see, even with that number, the kind of issues that are coming sometimes has to do with this relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, so I can't think. So you see, you get the time to coach, to mentor that person, to move out of that situation. That is how I have been able to sell up to that number.
I hope you're listening. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Yusuf. But earlier I told you I had a question to ask you.
Okay.
Because during the informal discussion before we started the program, you told me your job with Right to Play was influenced by you writing and selling a book.
Yes.
So can you tell us more about this?
Okay, thank you very much. I started working with Right to Play somewhere 2016, just at the peak of selling my books. Yes, I think me writing has exposed me to a number of people. Yes, influential people. I think I met somebody who told me that, okay, the way I speak, he likes it. There's an organization that has opened vacancies. If I can put in an application. I put in an application, and then I got to realize that they needed just one person, and the people who applied were up to 400 people. Yeah, so I sent my CV, and in the CV they realized that and I was an author. I kept it there, and I even kept my international standard book number there. So during the interview they asked, and I gave them details of it. So I think one of them was so excited with the presentation, and I think that was how. I think it was even a competition between a few of us at the interview level. But what made me stand out was my ability to write, and also my ability to speak in public, because the job I was going to do has to do with trainings, interacting with teachers. So if they don't get somebody who is already talking to people and they are picking someone afresh, they are going to spend resources to train that person. So I was given the job. So that is it.
Wow. He has actually said a lot. We have to decode it because I know there's so much. He said so much in just this little. It's like just another session to break down everything he has said. Actually, like, but it's still like CBS right here on Diamond 93.7 FM. If you're listening, you can still call us. Maybe I can receive 2 more calls. And the call line is 037-202-3261, 037-202-3261. Hakim.
Yeah. You said something initially. Should I come back to that?
What was it?
You told me you can see KG, Premier, and JHS
Yes.
on the book.
Yes.
So you were asking
Me as even because to stay for 6 years, I would have said I'm final year students. I level 400 students. Will I need this book? Because you have stated that it is for junior high school students, primary school students, and KG students. So the university students, training colleges, senior high school. Will we need this book?
Yeah, for sure. You still need it to train or to groom your younger ones at home. You see, there are certain things. There are certain things in this book that.
Hello. Yeah. Good evening. Kasim. Yeah. What's up? Is it Mr. Yusuf? Going beyond the limit. Okay. I mean, that's his first book. Yeah, he's just a young guy like you. Hakim, how old are you?
24.
Okay. Senior boy. So Hakim is just a young guy like you.
Just 24 years.
Yeah, that's his first book. And he's a professional teacher as well. That's his first book. Mr. Yusuf, do you have any other book?
It's still in the pipeline. Very soon.
Mm.
Very soon.
Okay.
I will say something. You see, there are certain things in the book that you might not know. For example, if I ask a question now,
Hakim.
I'm coming. If I ask a question now, why will you pronounce C-E-L-L as cell instead of Kel? You will not be able to tell me. And the rule there is when C is moving with these 3 letters, E, I, and Y, instead of E's being K, it rather turns to S. Should I give you examples? If C is moving with E, I, Y, instead of being K, it turns to S.
Hello. Yeah, good evening. Roger. I'm good. Yeah, it's been a while. You're welcome.
Are you brainstorming?
I'm gonna do all this thing.
Oh,
Good
Qatar.
evening to
Qatar.
distinguished panel.
Today, it looks like Qatar has caught my guy.
And good evening to listeners out there.
Should I give you examples?
I mean, you're talking on the program. Yeah, ask us if you're talking to me.
Just quality of to do that. I always believe that determination exists to drop and never dismantle the flag of success. And I want to tell them something that there's something that I wanted to hear from them. I'm a great destiny. Where there is a will, there is a will. Do not be prepared by the challenges that you are confronting to whatever you are doing. Look, that is why Lucky Today is my favorite musician. I don't play any music apart from Lucky Today. He has one particular song, Catching the Dream. In Hero's mind, there is nothing like impossible. You will not sit down for your just walk. No. So therefore, I was pleased to hear them. They should not be disturbed, don't be perturbed about, look, being a student of business the first business encounter that you have is to make sure that when you are feeling breakeven, thank God, expect losses. So don't be disturbed that you are producing and it is not buying. Who is a poor person? A poor person is not someone who doesn't have a Tesla or a CD, but a poor person is someone who lacks strength. And pride is the greatest enemy of progress. My brother, don't be worried. I'm just encouraging you. Look, a journey of 1,000 miles always begins with respect. And I'm happy you are able to spread the candle now. But the person that I always said in it, be a predestined. When King Solomon was asked to rule the world, he asked God for one thing, wisdom. If you are a true believer of faith, believe that you ask God in whatever you are doing to give you the wisdom so that it will propel you to your destination. So, I'm encouraging you, your books are nice. Maybe I will have a contact with Rama and see how best we can have access to it. Being a teacher myself, I can go through it and I see. Because if you are taught from grade up to secondary school for almost getting to 16 to 17 years now, you have a lot to do offer, no matter what the circumstances is. So my brother, keep on fighting, never lose hope, and don't watch people ahead of you, watch people at your back. My brother, if you are determined, you are going to make it. Don't be disturbed that you are being challenged maybe with the maker of also. No. I just want to encourage you. One of these good professors, not all professors. I don't think myself and
today you guys, why?
In terms of honest, we can't do that. With the way it sounds, like but we can. I don't do things, but it's important that when I learned when you were doing something that it is going to help us. So my brother,
help me solve them. I'm not an English student. Why?
God will be with you, and then you shall soon get to where you want to go to. I like the brave way that you have started. Forget your life without challenges is not forthcoming, and do not let yesterday's disappointment shatter tomorrow's dream. I just want to end with that the Almighty Allah will be with you, grant you more wisdom and understanding, so that we'll have thousands of authors. Shakespeare died somewhere, came around 14th century. But we're still learning the book. So I believe that you are going to speak there from the northern region, Ghana, Africa, and the world at large. Good evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lord Jeff. We are really very grateful for demonstration. If determination exists, failure can never dismantle the flag of success. As always, Lord Jeff saying, and every Sunday it motivates us whenever he calls in. Thank you so much for reminding us of that saying. Hakim, you were talking.
Yeah, I know some of the listeners out there are very curious to see the examples I will give.
Yeah, so be very quick. We have just 6 minutes.
So look at examples like cell, CE. You can see that C is moving with E. Cycle, C is moving with what? Y. And I told you that when C is moving with E, I, Y, instead of the sound being K, it will now turn to what? S. So cell, cycle, city, cent as in percent. You get it? Pencil. I don't know whether you are getting it.
Yeah.
Brace, CE. Space, voice, advice, price, chance, France.
Okay.
Comment. You can see that.
Yeah.
But maybe you can pronounce all these words, but you don't know why instead of K it is what.
So that means you have to get the ambitious phonetic guide for KG, primary and junior high school, and now for the general public, I think I just mentioned.
Yes.
So we have to add it to the book. Yes, I'm still working on it, so you can still add it. You can get the book. And you guys, Mr. Yusuf.
I'm here.
What last thing do you have to tell everyone who's listening to us?
Wow.
And after that, you mention your contact to the
Okay.
listeners.
Yes, I think I know there are so many people out there listening to us, and from our discussion, we are doing our part. And maybe I know somebody may be out there with a dream. The person wants to do something. The person wants to write. If it is any other thing you want to do, I just want to urge you today. Don't hold it inside you. Don't take it with you to the grave, please. Let the world see your best. Somebody out there is waiting to see what you are going to do. What you are going to do will be what? A motivation to somebody. So don't let your fear hold you back. But I just want to conclude with this saying, which I love so much. Yes, I can't speak anywhere without saying it. It was from Frederick Douglass. I know many will ask who is Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass was born a slave in the American slave era.
Okay.
At a very early age, Frederick Douglass realized that the only way to break loose of slavery was to learn how to read and write. So at a very early age in life, he learned how to read and write all by himself. And later he became an advisor to President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of the United States of America.
Okay.
Frederick Douglass once said, "Our destiny is largely in our own hands. If we seek, we shall find. If we succeed in the race of life, it must be by our own energies and by our own exertions. Others may clear the road, but we must go forward or be left behind in the race of life." Thank you very much. My phone number is, can I mention it now?
Yeah, you can. You
Okay.
can.
My phone number is 0247
Okay.
189296.
Can you repeat it?
0247 189296. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. We're so lucky to have a motivational speaker here, and he has concluded that it's good, a very great motivation. Mr. Yusuf, we are very, 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 very glad to have
Thank
you
you.
here. And so much was learned from you. Hakim, what are your last words?
Well, before I say
Very
anything,
quick.
I would like to say a very good thank you to you and the management of the station.
Okay.
To our listeners, we've heard all that you have said. You have given us so much motivation
Okay.
to carry on with what we are doing, and we are promising that this is not going to be the end. We'll keep on writing books that will transform not only Northern region, not only Ghana, but even the international market. So I wouldn't like to say much because time is already fast spent. I would just like to put my contact out there. If you need a book or if you have any help that you would like to offer, then you can contact me. The phone number is 024 78 70 888. Let me take it again. 024 78 70 888. That's the phone number.
Okay, thank you so much. We have heard the
Yes.
concluding words from my two panelists. But today we had a very interesting discussion. So if you just tune in, you missed a lot, and next week you shouldn't be missing. At exactly 6:30, take your radio very close to your soul and tune into 93.7 FM Diamond to listen to the activity program. We have two authors here, a young upcoming author and an already existing author who has sold many of his books.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so we have learned a lot from them. One of the things that I'll share with you that I learned today from them is that it doesn't matter how much you know the English language. It doesn't matter how much you know the English language. What matters is your idea and your passion to really bring the change you aspire to bring. One of the things, I think Mr. Yusuf said this, if there is a book you want to read and that is not written yet, you must write it yourself. And he himself, I mean, this was a quote.
Tom Morrison.
Okay, you have given us a quote yourself. Write it, even if no one will read the book.
Yes.
So, if you have the intention, so many people have given messages or called and showed so much interest in writing books. Mr. Yusuf is telling you that you should write it even if no one is going to read it. And one other thing, from what my panel has said, it shows that people will have to give much support when the need arises. So when Hakeem comes to you saying that this is what I have to do, this is what I'm doing, and I need the support from you, please let's give them the support. Even if you can't, recommend people who can help them so that it will help motivate other young writers or people who aspire to write to take up the step and take up the challenge also doing it. If not, it's going to demoralize a lot of people and we wouldn't get to see the good things we want to see in our young generation. So thank you so much for listening. It was a pleasure hosting you, and I'm very grateful that you have also listened today. I hope next week we will be here with you, and we promise to bring you another very interesting discussion. So make sure next week you get very close to your radios. Set and tune into Diamond 93.7 FM. The program was Active Youth, and your host, Active Youth, is Sarah Hamad. I'll see you next week. Bye. Mr. Yusuf.
Naam, banyak.
Aku teh.
Bos, stop now.